Hi all, welcome to another video, and in this video I'll talk about some of the latest changes that I've made to the file sharing app. Um, okay, as is tradition, welcome to another video, and it's a beautiful day here in Sydney. So we've got spring starting now, so we've got some really pleasant days. It's no longer as cold, and it's just really nice, and the sun is out, and it's a great time to go out and just feel the fresh air. Having said that, I've spent pretty much the entire day on my desk here at home in front of the computer. So yeah, uh, okay. So let's get on with the video. Um, and so yeah, so um, before I get on, before I start talking about the video, I'm not sure what it is, but as of late, I've been increasingly nervous when it comes to talking on the phone or something. And part of the reason is I really dislike, you know, video calls and stuff. I mean, I seriously hate it. It's one of the things that I'm extremely not happy about. So I had like the last 3 years of constant back and forth video calls with my former workplace, because we had these Microsoft Teams calls and stuff, and that too, like every single day. Given everything that's been happening in my family, um, we've had some really bad last 3 years. I mean, we've had a lot of tragedy in the family, and as such, just talking to my family every single day uh, for the last 3 years, it's just been exhausting, and I've got so much of this video call fatigue, and I completely hate every second of being on video, like having a video call with someone. And this is excavated when it comes to doing interviews online and doing interviews on these video call interviews, and I completely hate it. Yes, I'm applying for roles and stuff here in Sydney, and for some reason, I think it's the laws of diminishing returns. Because as it happens, uh, I was interviewing much better about a month ago than I was interviewing much better, heaps better in July than the interview that I just did today. But having said that, I mean, the interview that I did today was it was really interesting because I was being interviewed by someone who didn't really know how a hash set works. She kept insisting that the hash set is a key value, so I'm like, no, that's a hash map. But she said, no, hash set also has key values. I was like, all right. Um, so the idea was like, how do you filter out duplicates from an array? And for that, I was like, well, you store them in a hash set. Well, she didn't use the word filter. If she had, I probably would say just use one of the streams and stuff in Java 8. But like the hash set way was a bit more efficient and stuff, and that's why she's like, no, hash set has to be key value. I'm like, no, that's a hash map. A hash set is just individual values. But anyway, alright. So alright, on to the topic of the video. And the topic of the video would be, like as I mentioned before, it's some of the latest changes that I've been making to the file sharing app. So things have been a little bit quieter on the file sharing app in terms of features, because I spent most of the last week or two just improving the quality of the app. And when I say quality, I mean adding tests to it. So I added some basic UI testing, and then I started adding unit tests. So I added tests for controllers, and then I added tests for the service layer. And most recently, when I say recently, I mean yesterday and today, what I added was I moved some of the logic that I had in the authentication controller, in the auth controller, into a services layer. So prior to this, all the logic for for a user to log in and get the job token generated and all of that was just was all handled in the auth controller. Um, but as of yesterday, I moved that to the service layer, so I added like an auth service. And after I added the auth service, I also added some unit tests for it. So there's unit tests for the auth services and tests for things like just checking the success scenario, checking the failure scenarios, and then verifying that certain methods are called X number of times, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's basically that was something that those are some of my latest changes to the file sharing app. And now that I've upped the quality of it, the last change that I need to make to the quality of the app would be to actually add Surefire reports. Surefire reports is already there in it, but what I want to do is I actually want to add like a you know how in that Maven plugin, like how in Surefire reports when you run like Maven test, what it can do is it can generate a report of all the tests in the code base, and it can generate the code coverage report. So you can print out the code coverage and see how many lines of code are tested, how many lines of code are not tested, and so on and so forth. So that's one thing that I need to do. So Surefire plugin, all of that is part of the app right now. But what it doesn't do is it print that coverage report, and that's something that I need to add to it. And to do that, one of the things that I need to do would be to add like another plugin to it, and also need to add a threshold for the coverage. So what's the test coverage threshold? Is it 70%, 60%, 50%, 80, 90, whatever? Like I need to add that. So those are some of the things that I'll be doing in maybe by the end of today or maybe early tomorrow. And that's the last bit of the last QS quality improvement quality service. Sorry, well, I'm really just all over the place. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, I'm not very well aligned as of late. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, I feel that I'm struggling a lot in terms of just talking really. Maybe I need to increase my interaction with others or something, and maybe that would help me. Because the last few weeks I've been mostly indoors and I haven't really been getting out much. So I think I'm slipping back into that hibernation mode. And not that I've been wasting my time or I've just been playing games and stuff like that. I wish I was doing that, but it's not quite like that. I'm spending a lot of time just getting completely stuck on these LeetCode problems, and just reading a whole bunch of stuff and feeling not very confident. Maybe what, the last time I was feeling confident was when I was doing these system design problems. So maybe I should do more of that, and I'll feel a bit better. Oh, and also I've had some really really nasty and dodgy interviews, and this includes calls with recruiters, and okay, that's just been that's been really bad, and these things really sort of they're a hit on the confidence and everything. Because one of the interviews that I had was with this startup last Friday, Thursday or Friday, and it was just it was so bad, and it was just I did message that person that I don't want to continue, but I don't think that person read that message because it was just a really bad interview experience. And I was like, I don't want to work in this kind of place. So, and the same thing goes with like my profile's up there. So the same thing goes with like all these recruiters giving me a call, which is great. I really welcome the opportunity, but there's just a lot of these calls, and some of them are just downright insulting, really. So one of these blokes, he called me and then he told me that you join this team for like you're the only engineer, you're the first engineer on that team. It's a great opportunity for your career and stuff, which is fine. So I'm like, who is the person interviewing me? Like, no, we need to submit your resume to them and for them to see if you're actually worth talking to. Really, these were his words. I've actually got that message as well. It's just, and then after that, that one of the other things that he said was, it just kept getting worse and worse. I'm like, wait, I don't want to apply. Just let it go. It's okay, man. There's a market full of really incredible people. So just talk to them. Don't consider me. Like, let me go. So, and he's like, no, make certain changes to your resume and then do it in this format for me to actually present to them, for them to think that you're worth it. And yeah, sorry. This video has been a lot more about. It's really this video is more of a rant than anything else. I apologize for that. Yeah. All right. So as far as my changes on the file sharing app are concerned, I'll put a link um, to the to those classes and how we put the test coverage in the description of this video, so you can check it out and let me know if you've got any feedback or if you like anything, if you think that I can make any changes to this, and if there's anything else that's I can make it better in any way. So once I've done the last bit of quality improvement that I spoke about earlier in the video, which is adding that reporting, I'll be moving on to adding like trying to polish the app and the UI a bit further, and to make this like a full-blown product per se. So on like a proper screen and like a welcome screen and like a sign up, so on and so forth. I'll be doing that. And as of today, I'm very happy to say that I also started work on. I started back into native iOS development, and I'll be doing some work on my J2, updating my J2. So I'm excited for that. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, I wish you all live long and prosper. This video is a bit all over the place, but just bear with me for this. Like, I'm hoping to make this a lot better as you go forward, and the forthcoming videos will be a lot better. Right? Cheers. Bye all.